Okay, hello everyone, Saltai here. Just jumping into a little bit of a modern preliminary here. Um, with the same deck list I put up on that hotfix video with the goblins and mono red burn deck that you should tune your deck towards to beat. So I've just made one change from that list. I've gone from the one Spirit Mantle to the 3 Griff Spoons. Other than that, the list is sort of the same as what I said before. So that is your standard 20 land, standard 12 creatures, your 4 off for Ethereal, Hyena, Rancor, and Daybreak, and then a 2 off for Sentinel's Eyes, and then a 3 off for Griffspoon. We've got 3 Path in the main, and we've also got the Ley Line in the main. Should be really good against both those decks. We are sporting the full 4 Path in our deck here. And over to our sideboard, we've got our 2 Rest in Peace for Mystic Sanctuary decks, our Grafdigger's Cage for in case a Neoform or something pops up, maybe an Hour of Devastation or Devastation Company, I don't know, whatever they're called. The stupid Devoted Druid decks. We've got the Torpor Orbs, going to be good against humans, going to be good against goblins as well, and maybe even Ad Nauseam. And then Force of Vigors as an artifact and enchantment destroy package. Alright, so I'm going to just load this one in here while we still can. Before that timer counts on down to 0. I should also be noted, Suppression Field's pretty good and it's good against Ponza. So just keep that one in mind. Looks like a reasonably small preliminary so far. Only 24 people. I think that's going to be 5 rounds though still. Let us see what happens. See, I've been playing the deck a lot and been getting good results as well. Lots of 3-2s, lots of 4-1s. The 5-0s eluded me so far. Alright, we're going to keep this hand. It looks awesome. Little Aura Light might be an issue if we're up against something like Jund, but maybe we can draw into it. We will see. Here I don't have to take 2 damage. I can play the Forest instead, but that's going to be worse if I draw a White Aura next turn. Then I can't go double White Aura. Okay, looks like it's Tron. Not the most explosive hand for against a Tron deck. I'm just going to drop down this Sentinel's Eyes, drop down on Plains, attack for 2. Fortunately, our sideboard is pretty good against them. This is pretty irritating. So Khan's wording Exile on his neg 3. I'm just going to look that up real quick. Khan liberated, exile target permanent, okay. Let's just cycle this Horizon Canopy. I don't think I want to commit Daybreak. Alright, that's pretty perfect. We got a Hyena Umbra off of it. It means we get to attack for 3. We hold up Totem Armor now, and hopefully our opponent just does something like a Wormcoil Engine. It's my favourite thing for my Tron opponents to do against me. Khan will be a tough one to beat. Although, can they even target us with the plus, actually, now that I think of it? Yeah, that's a target player exiles from their hand, so they're going to have to interact with our board and not with our hand. Accidental Synergy. Okay, Khan the Great Creator. Probably going to get that Ensnaring Bridge card, and then we're just going to lose. Sundering Titan. Well, that's fine. I can beat Sundering Titan. I can also just attack this thing and kill it. Alright, let's go all in here. I don't think we can let the Karma Great Creator live another turn. I'm just gonna get that one off the table. It's gonna suck if they have another one. Ugin and I scoop. Ah, Sundering Titans 8? That's fine. What's Sanctum getting? Ulamog? Oh, that's a big yikes. Alright, so we're being locked off our colours here. Hopefully we draw a white mana. Alright, that'll do. I think this ramps our opponent. Or they get another destroy effect on our lands. At least we get in for some damage. I don't think we can opt to not do that. Like, they probably have the tower anyway, and then they just throw down Ulamog and kill us, so I guess we make them have it. As it is, we've almost got them dead. Yikes, yep, there's the Ulamog. Alright, well, we just lose. I'm going to concede. If I drew land, I could have gone Sentinel's Eyes. I can't even do that because it's in my graveyard. If I drew land and then drew Path next turn, I could have maybe potentially have got there, but we're just too far behind at this point. So we're going to get rid of these Leyline of Sanctities. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Force of Vigors and bring in our Gadok Tigs. And we're going to take out some of these paths. And probably throw in a suppression field instead. Yep, so let's run that one. I'd prefer Stony Silence, but it's just not good enough in the metagame right now to justify a sideboard slot. Alright, so we've got a core hand. This is pretty tempting. I have a feeling like it's one which could potentially just lose us the game, though. I think we're going to mulligan. Alright, this looks a million billion times better. We're going to keep this. Bottom of Scout. Opponent keeping... Opponent also mulligan to 6. Alright, so turn 2, we're going to attack with the auras. Turn 3, we'll play the Gadok Tig so that we can get around his stuff. We just hold up as much aggression as possible, attacking for 4 here instead of playing Tig. There's no need to play it yet. Might save that one for maybe a Dried Arbor or something. We will see. Maybe in response to his Sundering Titan as well. Although hopefully they don't get to that. Ancient Stirrings, you got it. And reveal plant. Guess they're going to play it. That's what they normally do. Oh, play forest. Okay, looks like they're holding a Nature's Claim here. Alright, let's just attack here. The only reason why they wouldn't do that is if they're holding the Nature's Claim. And there it is. So we're only going to hit for 2. Now let's see how good this Gadok Tig is going to be. Sucks drawing land and creature. Like, what we needed from this hand was auras, and that's not what we've seen. Or what we needed from the top of our library, I should more specify. yeah, excuse all my horrible noises at the moment. I'm a little bit sick. A little bit not going so well. Alright, well that's pretty good. I'm kind of glad I left this in hand. No, I can't really pop that, can I? No, okay. It's going to attack for 4. Maybe we can get an Oblivion Stone or something with it. Maybe he goes full greed mode or something. I'm not sure. We're going to have to look for a spot to play it. Opponent has got Tron now. Is that Ugin? Are you flipping kidding me? Wait, no, it can't be Ugin. We can destroy it in response and also destroy the... Oh, we can't. We got Gadoktig. God damn it. I always forget that. Alright. One's down. Don't forget this World Break has reach as well. It's going to be a bit of a brick wall for us. Yikes. Okay. Alright, let's get this stupid thing off the table before it finds him a blast zone. Go to our turn. Maybe we draw something. Alright, that is something. Let's get it down on the board. Obviously we can't attack. It sucks this guy's playing World Breaker. That card's pretty strong against us. I think this game's probably over. Where if that was something like a Khan, just Gadoktig just brick walls him. Brick walls him super hard. Although I guess he had the Dismember. Horizon Canopy. I haven't seen that in a Tron deck in a very long time. Yeah, now I kind of wish I left the Spirit Mantle in just so I could kill him in 2 attacks. Opponent doesn't always draw it, but when they do, Trini Sphere, well that's not going to do much. Okay, it seems like a really bizarre choice for our opponent to get a Trini Sphere when we already have 3 mana. I guess he's now getting Sundering Titan and looking to attack our mana base, but we did draw the Razorverge Thicket, so yeah, here's the Sundering Titan. Alright. So, we're not quite bested, but we're pretty close. How is this thing so big? Holy cow. Go away. Honestly. And 710. How am I ever attacking through a 710? Alright, we get the core. Oh wait, it costs 3. I'm an idiot. Why did I sack my land? Oh wait, no, he destroyed my land. My being ill is messing with my brain. Alright, what piece of disgusting do they have? They're not even cycling this Horizon Canopy. That's when you know that they've got it. Alright, if I knew my opponent was like on this many artifacts and enchantments, this many creatures, I would have left the paths in. I guess I did see the Sundering Titan game 1. But that's going to be all the first match, right? Gonna get out and find myself a match 2 sometime soon. Okay, looks like the round has just ended. Going to be getting started with round 2 shortly. I have spied a name up here of a person I really don't want to verse. It's Trellion. Wherever he's hiding. Oh, sorry, Triosk. I'm pretty sure he's the mono blue Tron player that I always verse on here, and that deck kicks my ass. Now he did lose, which means we could be paired together, but I'm just hoping we don't get paired together this round. I win, he loses or draws, and then I don't have to see him for the whole tournament after that. So, yep, that is that. Okay, so back here for our second match. We're on the draw. This hand looks pretty good to me. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Just cross our fingers, hope we get the job done. Have to see what our opponent's playing. Some sort of snow deck. Oh, Daybreak is a nice draw. This gives us a really good clock. We can turn 2, attack for 5 off the Ethereal and Rancor. Turn 3, Daybreak, and then after that point, we can look to get value out of the core Spirit Dancer by playing her on the same turn as an aura. Field of Ruin. Okay, opponent. See what you got. See if my opponent's got a Remand or something. Field of Misty Rainforest into Field of Ruin sort of makes it look like they're a control deck to me. Maybe it's a mana leak. If we lose it, it's not the end of the world because we do have another Rancor we just drew. Alright, so it is a mana leak. We obviously can't pay for that. I'm going to go ahead. I think I might just get in for the extra damage off the other Rancor right now because we double up on first strike on Ethereal Armor Daybreak. So we will do that. Slow roll the land. And opponents conceded at that. Alright, that's interesting. So we don't know too much about their deck other than the fact that they've got Field of Ruin, Breeding Pool, and Mana Leak. I think what we can probably assume is they're going to utilize their graveyard somehow. So we're going to bring in these Rest in Peace, this Graph Digger's Cage. Path is going to be what I assume is pretty medium into an Ice Fang Coddle deck. And we'll probably just swap them out, bring in these Gadok Tigs, and maybe a Suppression Field, and then that will probably do us. Just notice the positioning on that, and it's bugging me. Alright. It's fixed. It'll probably change in time for the next game. Alright, we'll keep this. We got everything we need, right? Alright, so this is looking like that Saltai control deck that seems to be running around the place at the moment. There's no need to turn to a Rest in Peace against this deck. It's not Dredge or something. What we'll look to do is play double aura, attack, apply the pressure, and then we can play this down the line after they cast a Cryptic Command or something. Alright, so that's a pretty good draw. Let's lead on Sentinel's Eyes, see what our opponent does. Alright, that resolves. I'm going to go the Grixis now. If they want to counter it, they can. Alright. And nice hold attack for 3. I'm guessing Ice Fang comes down. It's alright, Ice Fang does not have Death Touch. It does replace itself, but no Death Touch. So I just smell an Archmage's Charm here. I think we go for it anyway. Get that silly charm out of their hand. Okay, so they're just looking for a Force of Vigor, maybe? If they had one, they'd just hardcast it, I'm sure. Alright, so that resolves. We get a nice big attack in. Looks like our opponent's pretty permission light. We gain some life. Get one of these silly snakes out the way. Alright, so let's just go to our attacks here. I'm pretty sure he'll want to start tempoing us down. Maybe he'll wait till next turn. Has he got double... So our opponent got double Abrupt Decay / Assassin's Trophy. That would suck. Although they can't filter the Snowland there. So maybe not. Alright. So we get some more life. Get our second main. We'll play the Razorvedge Thicket because it comes in tapped, and we'll look to play it the untapped land next turn when it matters. I still don't want to rush this Rest in Peace out there. Not until our opponent does something. It's very dangerous just playing that into open mana, losing it, and then they can do what they want because we don't have anything left at that point. Alright. Horizon Canopy's decent. I still feel like I'm just going to attack here. Go on, play the Cryptic. You know you want to. Alright. So he's gone ahead and done that. Let's get this Rest in Peace happening. Wow, he didn't sack in response to the trigger? Okay, he is. He's getting Mystic Sanctuary, getting Cryptic Command back. Unfortunately, fetch land is enough for our opponent to get that card back. Might just cycle this Horizon Canopy while we're here. We might be able to resolve a Rancor or something. Another Rest in Peace, okay. Still, it puts our opponent like really far away from doing anything with Uro as well. Alright, we put our opponent down to 8. Just going to play the Temple Garden tapped past to our opponent now. Just keep in mind as well, like, he had 2 jump blocks with Ice Fangs. If we had Rancor instead of Grispoon here, he'd be dead by now. Alright, so he's going to return the Daybreak to our hand. Not the end of the world. 3 blue mana. That could only be Archmage's Charm, right? Alright, so they're drawing 2 cards, looking to make some land drops or something. Arkham's Astrolabe, and the card's going to be coming out of their hand and going into exile soon. We could actually run into like a Force of Vigor very easily here as well. Alright, well that was a good draw. Let's just cast Core. Into Daybreak. Into whatever else we draw. Alright, so they Fatal Push. And then we have 1 aura off of winning. Okay, Force of Negation. They were ditching... Well, they pitched to the Force of Negation. Snapcaster Mage, okay. We've already played a land? Okay. I guess we play out the other Rest in Peace, just so they can't bounce 1 and get a Cryptic. We'll make it a little bit harder for them. We still get to attack for 4 here. 2-turn clock. Alright, Ura, they get a bit of life. That's pretty insurmountable. Insurmountable? I don't know. I'm sure someone out there knows the word I'm trying to say. Insignificant is probably a different word we could say. Alright, let's attack him down to 3. Thinking about a cryptic by the looks of things. We can worry about post-combat Horizon Canopy here. It doesn't seem like... Opponent has 4 cards in hand. And... yeah, I just don't want to play into a cryptic command, you know? Well, that's super irritating. I'm just going to not attack this turn, because if my opponent has Ice Fang Coddle, we lose the game, and that would be bad. So, go ahead and cycle this Horizon Canopy. Alright, we draw a Hyena Umbra, we'll cast it. We can pay for Mana Leak. Alright, they've ditched Mana Leak to force a negation there. And they still have the Ice Fang? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. I thought if I cast a Hyena Umbra this turn, they'd have less chance of countering it, as opposed to when they untap and all of that, but have a look, they got the resources regardless. Looks like he... maybe he's trying to bluff Ice Fang at the moment. Maybe he does have it and he's looking for a better time to play it. It's hard to tell. I might be able to get a better read in like actual person with the opponent sitting across from me, but oof. That's a big scary one. Just go ahead and cast this Daybreak, see what happens. Okay, we get our opponent down to 1 now. Yikes. Looks like we got there as well. Alright, excellent. So we just took down Saltai Snow. Back to 1-1. For anyone wanting to see what the prizes in the event are like, so if you go 5 wins, which we can't, you get 40 championship points, 600 play points, and 12 chests. The entry was 300 play points, by the way. 4th is 40 championship points, again, 450 play points and 6 chests. And then 3, which is, going 3-2, is 300 play points and 3 treasure chests. So as long as you go 3-2, you get your entry back, you get a few chests back as well, which are worth about like 2.5 tickets at the moment, so that's not bad. Okay, so that's the end of the round there, guys. Currently we're sitting tied 7th, but realistically down at 14th. So 7th to 18th are all tied together. I couldn't quite remember if Triosk was my mono blue opponent or if it was Trellion. I recognise that name, but given second thought, it might have been Trellion. In any case, it's not going to be an issue because he went 0-2 and then dropped, so we're not going to have to verse that player. Maybe Triosk was the Dredge opponent and lost a free win, but oh well, who knows. Alright everyone, we are versing Mario Gomez here. We are on the play. We can't keep that hand. We can keep this one though. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. So 6 is good. And we'll just see what our opponent does. Alright, looks like maybe he was AFK, toilet break or something. They've begun the game with 7. So we're going to throw away this Misty Rainforest. Lead on Temple Garden. Get our Our Glade Cover Scout out there, ready to fight the good fight. Next turn we have double aura, which will be quite nice into a big attack. Alright, fetch out the Watery Grave Thoughtseize. Alright, I guess they're taking an Ethereal Armor. And then we get to jam for 4. I mean, they might take the different effect, but I can tell you Ethereal Armor is the more powerful one. Alright, they're taking an Ethereal. Let's see what's on top here. Alright, path seems pretty decent. I'm just going to go fetch a basic here, jam my 2 auras, and attack for 4. So opponent's down to 11 already. Not too long. Maybe an aura or 2 off the top of our library will get the win. And they're just passing to us. Alright. Well, I'm pretty happy just attacking for 4 here. I sort of feel like maybe they've got a mana leak or something. So I'm just going to attack for 4. Their life total is getting really low. They're going to have to do something sooner or later. Alright, Cling to Dust, draw a card, gotcha, goodbye Ethereal Armor. Man, this card's annoying. Can get rid of our Grist Spoons or our Sentinel's Eyes. Grixis, I wonder if it's Grixis Shadow. They do like to play Cling to Dust, don't they? Well, if it is Shadow, Path to Exile is going to be very good. And if they've missed a land drop, it means that they can cast Shadow, they get their Shadow, they can cast Stubborn Denial, but then we'll be able to resolve Daybreak Coronet and attack for the win. So we're going to have to see what they do. Time is currently on our side. If we resolve Daybreak, we have an 8-8. And they're only on 6. Alright, here comes the Shadow. Got another land, alright. Let's end of his turn, look for the path here. Alright. And they're shocking in a Steam Vents, which is scary. Drown in the Lock. Okay. So now we can Daybreak Coronet and we're smaller. Or we can just rip Grist Spoon off the top and hit in for that win. Alright, this is how you do it, guys. This is how you do it. A little bit scared for a second there. Alright, against Death Shadow, we're definitely going to want this Path to Exile here. Suppression fields are okay, but I don't really think we want that on the draw. Maybe more so on the play. Yikes. Could they be running around with like an... what's that card that returns stuff from the graveyard to play? Running around with one of those effects. Do we want Rest in Peace? I think maybe we just bring in the 1 path and take out 1 core and go with that. Okie dokie. Alright, this hand looks like a keep to me. Even if they thought sees us, we can resolve one of our creatures. And we have a piece of interaction to kill the Death Shadow. So it looks pretty decent. Hopefully it'll grow. I hope everyone's seen that. I think Channel Fireball put it up. They had like a Hulk meme being like, "Don't worry, it'll grow," referring to the Bogles. I was like, thank you for representing our minority deck. I mean, Wizards doesn't want to print us anything new or anything good. Everyone else is getting the love, but Channel Fireball still got a soft spot in its heart for us. They might even, I guess they just take Path. They're gonna have the bigger creature. I'm mostly certain. They've taken the Umbra. Yikes. Have they got a... That could be a sign that our opponent has got Plague Engineer. They're going to look to get our toughness. Alright, it's never a good sign. Guess they've got the next discard spell. Maybe they just take rank or double discard spell, take both our auras. Then they're going to look to get the Death Shadow big enough that the Stubborn Denial will just answer the path. Alright, they're taking Rancor. Maybe that is what they're doing. Guess we shock it in. I don't think we attack. I think we just pass. And we could have just played the forest and done that same thing without taking 2 life, so that's a little bit foolish for me. Alright. Germag, Angler, and some other stuff in the bin with the Thought Scour. They got their fetch land, so they're going to have Ferocity for a shadow no matter what. So Ferocity on that Stubborn Denial, I'm sure. Pretty miserable at this stage. Our creature's not doing a whole lot. Alright, there it is. Alright, could be Cling to Dust as well. Actually, Cling to Dust is a good reason to bring in Rest in Peace. I didn't think of it before. Yeah, see there? Sorry, not Cling to Dust. Drown in the Lock, I meant. But then they wouldn't be able to counter anything, and they wouldn't be able to kill anything. So our deck absolutely hates us right now. Let's just pass it back, play the Windswept Heath, pass it back. Maybe we draw something. Opponents getting low on resources as well. Only 3 cards in hand after their draw step. Alright, one of those is a Scalding Tarn. So they're up to 4 mana. It's not just us that's flooding. I'm going to hit this Dryad Arbor, use it to chump block if I can. Fog 1 turn of damage if my opponent will let me. If not, and it eats a kill spell, maybe... That's a kill spell that would be used on Core Spirit Dancer later. Oh god, excuse me. Having a lot of trouble commentating while got this cold or whatever I've got right now. Alright, so we draw a fat load of baloney. Just gonna play this Razorverge Thicket, pass it to our opponent. They know we had Forest in our opening hand as well, by the way. I can't bring myself to have Razorverge Thicket come into play tapped though. So they know we're running pretty direly low on resources. We're just gonna let this one through. See what we draw. Alright, looks like they're making it bigger. They might actually have the kill with Team of Battle Rage. If they do that, I'm gonna just like fake a path and make them scared. We'll go to 1 here. Alright. Alright, we're good. A lightning bolt in hand, maybe? Okie dokie. Well, we saw 4 draw steps and saw 0 auras, so, you know. And there was another land on top. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Alright, so Rest in Peace seems pretty reasonable to me. I might just remove 1 land after that, though. That can stay in. I'm going to remove the forest. I don't have a need for a basic forest here. Remove a Core Spirit Dancer as well. Alright, let's go with that. Core Spirit Dancers are just draw outlets. They're not good. Alright, we'll keep this. Hopefully we don't get screwed by discard spells again. Of course, now that we've said it, you know it's going to happen. You just can't turn down a hand like this, right? Like, in the pursuit of Leyline. That can't be right. Excuse me. Alright, turn my hand to pieces, opponent. Alright, he did not tear my hand to pieces. That is good. Alright, well, we will just jam some auras then, I suppose. This is more important to resolve the Griff Spoon than the Hyena Umbra. He might actually hold up a Stubborn Denial, so it might just be worth attacking for 2 and playing the Scout out. Then next turn, maybe he taps out and we can play both Hyena Umbra and Daybreak. See what he does with his life total here. Alright, so no shock at all. That's interesting. Maybe he's land light. If his counterspell is Drown in the Lock now, we can just resolve the Daybreak through anything else. Alright, let's go for that. We'll hold up 1 mana for Stubborn Denial as well. Or has he got 2 Stubborn Denials? That'd be super lame. Don't do it, opponent. Don't you dare do it. Oh, Blood Crypt. Okay. Okay, well, Mana Leak? Are you freaking serious? Since when does this deck play Mana Leak? Get out of town. That is ridiculous. Oh my god. What a flippin' joke. Alright, let's get in there for 4. Put our opponent right on down. That's just stupid. That is so dumb. Like a million Cavern of Souls decks running around and he wants to play Mana League. Alright. I can understand Drown in the Lock, but Mana League just does not seem good to me. I'm sorry. Alright, here it is. Here's the Death Shadow with Stubborn Denial mana up. This puts our opponent on a 2-turn clock, the Sentinel's Eyes does. Just going to cycle this Horizon Canopy first for information. Alright, the leyline seems pretty pointless. Let's cast this. If they counter it, we can recast it with the stuff in our graveyard, so that's pretty neat. Attack for 4 in the air, chump block on the ground, attack for 4 in the air again, and win. You know you want to use that stubborn denial on it, opponent. Only to have me recast it from my graveyard. We're in a lot of trouble against Team of Battle Rage. Other than that, we probably have the win. So, let's play to our outs. What is he doing? Okay, cool. Maybe a Thought Scour. In end step then. Maybe nothing. Alright, they do nothing. How does Totem Armor work with Double Strike? I need to look that up. Alright, it is looking a lot like it will just die to that. So we're just going to block with the Scout. Hope he doesn't have the Team of Battle Rage. We'd just straight lose our other Scout if he had the Team of Battle Rage, because my thoughts were block with the other Scout, and then... Alright, so opponent's down to 2 life, and we get the win. Excellent. So we beat Grixis Death Shadow. That was not... excuse me, that was not particularly easy. It went right down to the wire. Very, very close game. And we are now 2-1, looking on to round 3 once these matches finish. So I'll be back with you after that. Okay, we are back here for round 4. Our opponent's AFK at the moment. We lost the die roll. We rolled a 5, but our opponent rolled a 6, so the 5 was not quite good enough. And currently, can we look at the standings or anything? I don't think so. No, it doesn't look like we can see the standings. It was something like 4 through 12 were all 2-1s. So a lot of 2-1s going around into the end stages of this tournament here. We'll see if we can, you know, 3-1, 3-2 or 4-1. Obviously, the more wins, the better for our potential prize pool. Okay, our opponent's back 5 and a bit minutes later. Guess they're in the bathroom or something. They're on the play. We're going to keep this hand. Got double creature. We got a turn to attack for 5. All things looking pretty decent here. So we're going to keep this. Opponent has mulligan to 6. Got a secondary Bogle, potentially to sack to a Liliana or something. Or jump block a Death Shadow. Those modes have been relevant for us. Wooded Foothills Pass, okay. Wonder if it's Ponza or something. Ponza... If it is, he can't turn to a Blood Moon with that play. Maybe he's playing Jund. If I have reason to think it's Jund, I might just Rancor, attack for 3 next turn, and then play out my second Bogle for a Liliana sack effect. Then we can play Ethereal Armor the turn after that. Fortunately, drew Temple Garden this turn, which is not a card we needed. Wooded Foothills into Blood Crypt, no shock. Alright, my money's on Jund right now. Oh, Dredge? Alright, it's Dredge. Dredge is a pretty decent matchup for us. Looks like they've got an Ox and 2 prized amalgams in the grave. They can get Ox and the prized amalgams back out, which is going to be scary. Scout's a pretty dead draw. We're almost only looking for Daybreak Coronet at the moment. Excuse me. Probably should have played the Temple Garden shocked there, but I'm just going to search Plains out here and do my attack for 5. Maybe they brick on whatever they're doing, although they've got a lot in the grave, and my feeling is they're going to have a lot of power on the board next turn. No Dredge on upkeep though, but they can Ox and get back their prized amalgams. Oh, and then they get a Dredge off of the Stinkweed or whatever they put in their hand before. Golgari Thug, sorry. Game 1's not looking so good. Our starting hand was alright, but the rest of it is a little bit scary. Conflagrate in the bin, another Ox in the bin. They dredged a... they're dredging stuff. I can't keep track of everything. 2 Creeping Chills as well. That's not going to help matters. Pretty much Daybreak or Bust. That is not Daybreak. Can it do anything for us? Not really. Could potentially block Ox, and that might buy us some time. Alright, I think we go Horizon Canopy and then double 1-drop and leave up 3 blockers and just look to slow the game down as much as we can. Another Creeping Chill, is that what it's called? Another Creeping Chill and Bloodgust will have haste. Don't forget they can cast another Ox from their grave. Discard those Dredges again, recycle. And then they'll be getting at least 1 Bloodgast, maybe some Creeping Chills, who knows. Drawing 3 cards into their hand. Ox seems reasonably strong. I know I bashed on it a lot before, but it seems pretty good at what, like, from where it is now, the position of the deck right now, it's pretty good. It's just, I think it's slightly less consistent. Like, they get way more situations where they're with. Alright, so they're putting a whole bunch of lands in their hand, which means they're not looking at casting the second Ox, which seems weird to me. Unless they just are looking for that second land drop, I suppose. I guess that was... Sorry, second land drop. I meant 4th land drop. I guess it's free for them to do that and then cast Ox, and then they get their life from the loams back via Dredge, or whatever's in their hand back via Dredge. Uphill battle right now. Just got to get to our next turn, see if we get Daybreak. It's the only card that's going to do it. If we do get Daybreak, we have 11 damage on our Bogle. With Trample. 2 attacks for that, and would have Dredge very dead. Conflagrate for 5? Yikes. That's a lot. We take 5, and then we can't shock. That's an issue. Alright, show me potato salad deck. Grispoon's not going to do it. Swear to God, if this is Daybreak Coroner, I'm going to be so annoyed. Alright, so we lose this one. Let's choose Death. Alright, we chose Death. We did it. Don't need his disgusting zombies doing their disgusting zombie stuff, right? Alright, Rest in Peace, good. Grafdigger's Cage, good. Other than that, Path doesn't seem fantastic, and we could actually leave in Leyline to protect us from Conflagrate and from their random discard spells they seem to like having. Or we could go Torpor Orb and have 2 Path. Wait, 3 Torpor Orb, 1 Path? Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Seems better. Generally speaking, Dredge is a pretty good matchup for us. But right now, not a lot's happening. We're up against, backs up against the wall right now. Alright, let's do it. We'll be on the play. We'll keep it. It has 2 hate cards. I love it. Very little is proactive about our hand, but I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. We're going to be looking to the top of our library to do a lot of the heavy lifting for us, I feel. Alright, opponent has begun the game with 7 cards in hand as well. Fetch Shock. Get Poster Boy out there. Pass it to our opponent. Dredge did get that new card from M21 as well. They got like essentially a second version of Prized Amalgam. It's only a 3-1, not a 3-3, but I mean, Prized Amalgam's an issue when they get multiple of them. Alright, well, our opponent knows what's up. He's probably going to take the cage. We'll then play the orb, attack for 1, and then look to play the rest of our hand out the following turn. Joke's on you, opponent. We have got the tech. Ooh, that seems pretty good. Alright, let's get Daybreak happening as soon as possible. They're going to take a while to get anything in their graveyard for the Torpor Orb anyway, right? Do. Have they got the Cathartic Reunion? I'm pretty sure they do. Be quite embarrassing if they did not. Looks like Cathartic. Alright, Cathartic discarding Prized Amalgam and Stinkweed Imp. Actually looks like Torpor Orb's going to do something here. Alright. Alright. Let's play out the Torpor Orb and just slow roll this Daybreaker turn. It's only worse if he goes land Thoughtseize instead of like doing graveyard stuff. And playing the Torpor Orb, he's probably going to commit resources to killing that rather than attacking our hand. Another Cathartic. Alright, let's see how far they go here. Hopefully they discard all their Nature's Claims and we won't have to deal with them. Blast Zone in the graveyard and... Wasn't quite keeping track. Did they get a life from the loam or not? I really hope they didn't get a life from the loam. They get life from the loam, it means they can get Blast Zone, and if they get Blast Zone, it means we lose. Let's attack for 7 here, put our opponent 2-1. And I think that's going to do it. Alright, that does it. We got there. Game 3. Where'd my Leylands go? Maybe I want Leyline now, instead of the Torpor Orb. Protect my hand. Do I care about that when I have 6 interruption effects? Or I could just Leyline, assure my hand doesn't get disrupted. Alright, let's add Leyline in. I want to see how it goes. I don't normally do this. It's going to be a bit of a test run. And know that we had 3 Torpor Orbs and a Path in those slots, so if the Leyline's not in our starting hand and we draw into it and the Torpor Orb would have been good, then, you know, alright, we're going to keep this though. Oh, it's not very good actually. It doesn't have any hate for our opponent, it doesn't have Daybreak Coronet, and it's only a 2-power attacker. I guess we can do better. Alright, this looks really good. We'll keep this. Bottom Misty. Done. We got our Rest in Peace ready to do the thing. Cross your fingers, this is a Shriekhorn. Well, it's not a Thoughtseize, I'll tell you that much. Maybe it's Haggle, maybe it's Shriekhorn. We will see. Guess it's Shriekhorn. They do Haggle instant speed. Yep, alright. Cool beans. So, Shriekhorn Amalgam in the grave from the activation. That is okay. Rancor is a good draw. And I guess we'll just jam this Daybreak Coronet when we get the chance. Opponent with the upkeep stop. Activate Shriekhorn before their draw step. Alright, Blast Zone in the grave. Haggle now. Okay. They put down the Dredger. Lame. Narcomoeba is going to trigger Prized Amalgam. If we cast Rest in Peace, we get rid of Blast Zone, Ox, 2 Oxes forever. And then they just have a board with Prized Amalgam and Narcomoeba. I mean, that seems fine to me, right? Let's get rid of that pesky graveyard before it does anything else. And then any land and we can empty our hand. Any land except Dryad Arbor. Hard casting Narcomoeba. Alright, I think we're in a good spot, guys. Getting attacked for 5, that's fine, we'll take that. Alright, let's jam down Ethereal Rancor and attack for 6. Opponents missed a land drop as well. So we're going to take 5 from their attack, and then we're going to Daybreak and attack for 9. Pretty much win the match when we resolve this Daybreak. If we draw another land, we can empty our hand properly and then actually literally have them dead. Alright, any land but that one. Let's get our Daybreak out there. Alright, opponent concedes. That's how you do it. We got the win against Dredge there. Alright, so it doesn't look like the ley line question really got answered there. I guess people can test it and find out for themselves. Just something to note though, that if you are considering keeping Leyline in, I'd say that it's more powerful on the draw than what it is on the play. The reasons why I'm saying that is because turn 1 them taking your creature is a really big issue, one that you quite possibly will not be able to come back from. The other reason is because if that's in your starting hand, you draw a card at the start of your first turn because your opponent goes first, they pass to you, you draw a card. So it sort of gets replaced in a way. Alright, so we're going to pause and get on to the 5th and final round once everyone finishes. Okay, hello everyone. We are back here for the final round here. We are on the draw. We've got a Leyline hand with Scout, Ethereal Armor, and Daybreaks. We're 1 white mana short though. I'm going to keep it anyway. I think it's still pretty solid. Leyline's going to win us a lot of games against a lot of decks. Snow Forest into Noble Hierarch. I guess it's... I guess I don't know what it is. Excuse me. Pass and find out something more. Inkmoth Nexus. Looks like we're versing Infect. Well, that's not a great matchup at all. Alright. Well, double Ethereal Armor is going to get us pretty close to winning here. We get to attack for 7, put our opponent to 9. He's got to sink 1 mana into his Inkmoth Nexus via the Forest here. You'll then have access to 1 mana from Noble Hierarch plus the Exalted. We just got to hope, because we're not blocking that flyer anyway. Yep. Let's see what happens. We are at the mercy of the gods right now. Inkmoth, 2 lots of mana, Groundswell. You don't have it, do you? Great. Alright, that's game over. We don't beat Infect. Infect beats us. Next turn, we play... oh, God, of course Path's on top. Next turn, we play Daybreak Coronet and attack for 12 and kill them. So that's pretty unfortunate. Alright, let's bring in the Path to Exile. Let's bring in Suppression Field as well, because Spellscart is a pain. Same with Force of Vigor. Alright, remove 1 core and let's remove 2 cores for both Force of Vigors. Oh, I mean all 3. String a sentence is hard. Alright, we'll keep this. We've got 2 ways to destroy their creatures and a Daybreak, and then we just need Aura Land. I guess. I mean, we've got Path, we've got Force of Vigor. Let's use it. One thing's for certain, this will be a pretty short game. I've been waiting around for quite a while in between rounds, just watching through some Dragon Ball Z Kai. But yeah, this will be a thing. Let's play our poster boy Bogle. Leave the Scout in the hand on the backbench for duties today. Backbench duties. Noble Hierarch and pass. You got it. That's another Coronet. That's nothing too exciting. We go armor plus scout. We don't do anything. Alright, let's leave this armor in hand for potentially Enigma Nexus. Really would have liked to have seen an aura there, or a white land. Still 2 cards away from doing anything, but maybe just go Spell Scout now. Alright, there's the Glistener Elf. We got some chump blockers to buy us some time. Are you flipping kidding me, deck? Holy cow. Just stop, honestly. Just stop. Just give me a freaking hand. Give me a draw. Give me something. Maybe this was a mulligan. And I got a bit greedy. Opponent's just playing super patiently right now. Let's attack with Poster Boy. We'll play out our Dried Arbor. We've got Scout in hand now to pitch to the Force of Vigor. And we can't afford to tap this white mana with a Glistener Elf up. One thing that might play to our advantage is they can't really crack the foothills here. Yes, they can, and then they've got Noble Hierarch. Don't want to go for the kill spell now, maybe. It could burn a Vines or a Blossoming Defense, so I guess we just go for it. Alright, they got Spell Pierce, so that's... That's just great. When we're land screwed, they have the softest counterspell known to mankind. Makes a lot of sense, you know. Makes a lot of sense. Get ready for Distortion Strike into, like, Groundswell and kill us in the face. Cool. I severely regret throwing away that Dried Arbor now. Go on, cycle it. You know you want to. So we take 8 Infect here. It's not worth trying to fight this during his attack step. We fight it in the end step. If he Blossoming Defenses there, we just lose. I did that in second main instead of the end step. That was bad. Alright, there's the Blossoming Defense. We would have lost as a result of that, but you know, we're losing as a result of the fact we don't have an answer for this flying pile of crap that is going to get Exalted triggers. So I guess we hold up Path and Bogle, just attack there, and then just cry ourselves to sleep that our hand was awful and it didn't get there. Had Path and Force, and they just had Spell Pierce. So, lame. Maybe we can scare him into attacking with both. Alright, well, he's done the line, he's got the Exalted triggers, and we lose to Infect, so there's nothing new there. We used some creatures as chump blockers. Looks like we ended up going 3-2. So the prize pool we're going to get is nothing too exciting, just 300 play points and some treasure chests. No qualifier points or anything like that, unfortunately. That round's over real quick. I guess I get my prizes at the end of the round. We didn't verse, like... I don't... What? Just hide. Go away. Yeah, just didn't get anything. I didn't run into any matchup I really expected to run into. We got a lot of good results there. Tron seems an issue at the moment. I think in hindsight, if you see something like Khan the Great Creator, you want to leave in path, because a lot of lists are actually cheering for Sundering Titan now. Yeah. I mean, it's just a big fat blocker we can't really deal with. Same with World Breaker. We want to get that World Breaker off the battlefield so we can attack through. But yep, that's going to be it for this preliminary, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it. See what it's all about. If you feel like doing one yourself sometimes, it's sort of like your tournament scene kind of thing. But since I'm in Australia, it seems like we only ever get small numbers for them at times where I can play. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below, both of which are good for the YouTube algorithm. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for daily Bogles content and ring the bell if you want notifications every time a new video goes live. Thank you all, and we will see you next time.